Welcome back to Talking Shop, the Epistle Edition. We are still in 2 Thessalonians this week, chapter 3, verses 6 through 13. You are welcome to preach on 1 to 5. It is a good section as well, but we didn't really cover that too heavily today.
I think we did a little at the end.
Yeah, we did a little bit at the end.
So hang in there.
Hang in there. You'll get to it. You'll get to it. But we'll give you some ideas for preaching this and all that kind of good stuff. But we pray that this is a blessing to you and a blessing to your people, and that God would continually bless your preaching.
My Lord, in every way, yet I'm still welcome in the arms of the
Good. Welcome back to Talking Shop. Proper 28, Pentecost 23. A short one today, 2 Thessalonians 3, 6 to 13, because we whacked the 1 to 5 section. We didn't even do it. It's nice, may the Lord direct your hearts to the love of God, to the steadfastness of Christ. That's good. It's a sort of a repeat message of what he did in chapter 2, as repeating himself, which is good. Don't fall into wicked and evil men. And then he goes into this warning against idleness, brothers, right?
Yeah.
Now we command you, brothers, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that you keep away from any brother who is walking in idleness and not in accord with the tradition that you received from us. So, not doing the work and not keeping to the taught things, right? The handed down things, as you said last week.
Right. And this idleness comes from the sense that, well, Jesus is coming back right now, so we can just sit around and do nothing and sing Kumbaya together, which totally disregards your neighbor.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah,
if I'm not working, then my neighbor is not being served.
Yeah. Or at the very least, your church is not being served, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, your congregation. Because it seems to be a warning to leaders, right? Primarily. Verse 7, for you yourselves know how you ought to imitate us. We'll get back to that, because we were not idle when we were with you. Yeah, that's I always think that's interesting when Paul says, imitate us.
Yeah.
Like that's a hard word. Like, brother, can you legitimately say to imitate me, do the work that I'm doing, just do it the way I do it, and you'll be just fine. And that's one would hope you could be there and say that.
Well, I think in a sense, Paul is saying, I worked a job while I was there. While I was preaching to you and teaching you, I also was making tents, which is not easy work, right? He was working hard, and he's an old guy at that point, and he's still working his tail off, making sure that he's not eating bread for free, which is, one of the following verses.
The next verse.
Yeah, and let's just read it. Nor did we eat anyone's bread without paying for it, but with toil and labor we work night and day, and we might not be a burden to any of you. So it's that idea that, and that's very typical of what Paul did. Not that he says there isn't a place to have a full-time church worker, and pay for the ox treading out the grain, that kind of stuff.
And he admonishes people to pay their pastors.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was not because we do not have the right, but to give you in ourselves an example to imitate, an example of doing good work and being consistent and all those things. Yeah, which is a great warning for pastors, a great kind of wake-up call. Church people too, but I think leaders, church leaders especially, is like there's an example that we're called to set. It's always one of those things where, like when I get a church board together, especially if I have a bunch of new people on it, it's like, now that you are on the board, you are a leader. Whether you want to be or not, you are elected to this position, and people are looking towards you for an example.
Yeah.
Which is the same as the Christian life. You could even, once people know that you're a Christian, they're looking, how are you going to handle stuff? How do you handle the day-to-day things in your life? So it works on every level. Verse 10, for even when we were with you, we would give you this command, if anyone is not willing to work, let him not eat. Part of that's going to be, they had a far more community-oriented congregation I mean, they did a lot of stuff together. Many of these congregations, didn't they, if I remember right? I mean, they met every day, like had a meal together every day. You know, it was because they were so strange in their culture. We still kind of have, in many ways, a privileged place in our culture, but they were so odd.
Yeah.
That they did all this stuff together.
Right, and it's for those who don't want to work.
Yeah.
Right, this is not, hey, just the people who can't work, the crippled, the lame, just, you know, cast them off into the ditch
Right.
and go about your merry way.
Yeah, it's all about if you have the ability, do something.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Don't expect a handout. Yeah, which you're gonna. I mean, you can preach that, but you're gonna have to be careful how you say it, especially in our day and age, depending on what your congregation is like and everything else. I mean, but there is an admonishment to do what you can.
Yeah.
With what you've been given.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever that is.
I think the point is there should not be such a thing as a lazy Christian.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Verse 11, for we hear that some among you walk in idleness, not busy at work, but being, and then this strange word in the Greek that we translate busybodies, para workers, you know, sort of workers, that kind of thing. Yeah, busybodies and that idea of being meddlers in other people's stuff, and I think gossip probably fits in there as well. Paul's always really hard on the gossip things.
Right, because if you're not working, you have enough time in your schedule to be digging into other people's drama.
Right.
And everybody's got drama.
Right. But nothing kills a church faster than gossip. Man,
Preach it.
Brutal. Because gossip is pretty much always wrong in some degree.
Yeah,
kernel of truth.
Even in a circuit meeting.
Yeah, even at a circuit meeting. That's right. That's right. Right, pastors? Yeah. Now such persons we command and encourage in the Lord Jesus Christ. For all the not as strong warnings, all of a sudden we get a strong warning. Do their work quietly and earn your own living.
Eat your own bread.
Eat your own bread. Yeah. Do the work. Be consistent. The old Gibbs water on a rock thing. Keep going, and earn what you're given. And then finally, and by the way, I think this last verse is where I'd hang my hat if I'm preaching this kind of strange text in comparison to a lot of the stuff we get from Paul. As for you, brothers, do not grow weary in doing good. It's a good command, right? I mean, it is all encompassing. Don't get tired of doing the right thing, of making good choices, of being kind to that nasty neighbor.
Yeah.
At the very least, walking away from them when they get too nasty.
Yeah.
Hopefully, to engage again at some point in the future. But
Or those folks who are not willing to work that are becoming a burden.
Yeah.
Well, doing the right thing can be wearisome.
Oh yeah, totally.
So,
Totally.
I mean, that's the encouragement, right? You're gonna get weary from doing what's right.
Yeah. Because sometimes it'd feel really good just to tell them off, you know, and be like, you know, but that's not the call, right? It's a different animal.
Yeah.
And I've never heard of somebody, especially a pastor, telling somebody off and it turning out well. I mean, if you guys have a story of it, I have yet to hear of a story where that actually was an effective tool.
Yeah.
You generally lose them.
Yeah.
And maybe that was the goal in the first place, but...
And yeah, maybe it's sanctified attrition, but...
yeah. And there might be a time and place for it, but you have to understand that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. But do not grow weary.
I mean, I think Paul does give us precedent to rebuke people. Right?
True enough.
This isn't like, hey, let's all get along words.
Yeah.
Right? Most time, if we came in with strong language like that, most people are, your Pastor Appreciation Month gift is going to be much smaller.
Much smaller. That's right.
Yeah.
We don't appreciate you that much this year. Yeah.
Right? Because you used firm, strong words with us and rebuked us and told us to get up off of our lazy bums
Yeah.
and to not be a burden.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like I said, if I was doing this one, if I'm preaching this text, I'm going back to that do not grow weary in doing good and using those examples of what it looks like to do good.
Yeah.
And there's probably your gospel handle of what is it that motivates us to do good or to do the right thing.
Right. The one who has done good. The one
Right.
who is
The
good.
one who has regenerated your heart.
Right.
Through the washing of regeneration.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And the one who calls us to a better work, a better example, steadfastness, a keep going attitude kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still been 0 weeks since we've mentioned baptisms.
It is. One of the guys I used to do this with in Southern California, Matt, he would always go, you outlive them, you outlove them, and you outlast them.
Yeah.
And just keep going.
Well, wise words.
Yeah, and honestly, that's what he's doing out there, and it bears fruit, but it's slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you want to beat your head against the wall kind of work at times.
But I think the other
do
thing
not grow weary in doing good, right?
the thing that you can pull out of this is your selfishness versus being oriented towards love and care of your neighbor.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be a burden on other people. Think about what other people need and what is it that turns you from navel gazing inward on yourself to outward doing good, doing the right thing, loving and sacrificially loving and serving your neighbor.
Yeah, and as you preach this, you can talk about all the different ways in your particular community that it's effective, but as it is preached to yourself too, right? Don't grow weary in doing your home visits and making those phone calls and and all those things that you do in this job that sometimes get a little exhausting.
Yeah.
Having those meetings with those people that it's just not going to be great, but sometimes people just need to be heard, right? And
Sure.
if they want to go to the top, they're going to go to you.
Yeah.
You're the top of the food chain in that particular organization.
Yeah.
And people need to be heard.
I think if you came at this text from like a relational standpoint, the person who is idle and then the person who is not, that relationship will almost always become adversarial at some point, because either you've not done enough for that person and then they get hacked off about it, or they're not doing enough and you're getting irritated with them, right? Yeah. It almost always happens that way with like the toxic charity type stuff or charity detox books.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do more for me. Like, I'm not working. I need your help.
Yeah.
And then on the giving side, you get weary of doing good because you don't see any effort or progress.
Right.
So there is something to that of like Paul's warning to the church here is like, you guys are going to screw up your church if people are sitting around doing nothing.
And in one sense, cutting off those first 5 verses is a bit of a travesty.
Mm-hmm.
And that, right, verse 3, still the Lord is faithful. He will establish you and protect you from the evil one.
Mm-hmm.
We also have confidence in the Lord concerning you that you are doing and will continue to do what we are telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord, continue to direct your hearts to God's love and Christ's patient endurance.
Yeah.
Right, like...
Which gives you the handle of what's coming next. Right. It's a context issue.
Cutting off those first 5 verses kind of just takes this it's cutting off the gospel handle part of that and kind of taking it out of the context of overall what Paul is saying. So maybe include those first 5 verses. We didn't translate them today, but at least the Lord is faithful and that he's going to continue to protect you from the evil one, right? You have a great jump there from God's faithfulness in sending his son to die and rise for the forgiveness of all of your sin, and that protecting you from the evil one through the death and resurrection of Jesus, right? You can jump to the catechism there
Right. Yeah, and even just the praying that the word of the Lord speeds ahead, that kind of
Right.
thing. That's a lack of idleness, the prayer piece. Because even if somebody can't get up and go mow somebody's lawn or whatever, they can pray.
Right.
And they can pray for the church and they can pray for the work going on there. Yeah.
That's why your elderly folks who can't do much physical labor are your prayer warriors most of the time.
Yeah.
I always go back to this lady on my vicarage. Her name was Gertrude, and every week Gertrude would pray for like 5 hours a day when she wasn't working at the food pantry and all that. She's always in prayer.
That is a lack of idleness.
I mean, she's with Jesus now, but
Yeah, her prayers have been answered.
That's right.
Yeah, good. Like, subscribe, tell us what you did. Check out 1517.org. They're going to have some articles on this as well, and all the other great stuff that they're writing up over there for you to help you out, and so that they might be a blessing to you, and that God might bless your